They couldn't do it. He said, I besought your disciples to cast them out, and they could not. And the Messiah answered said, oh, faithless and perverse generation. Talking about the disciples. And Israel. But first and foremost, the disciples. We got to deal with that because I besought thy disciples in verse 40 to cast them out, and they could not. They couldn't do it. So he called them a faithless and perverse generation. Didn't believe. He already know what their minds were. He already know how they felt, what they were doing and trying to do, what they were doing to try and cast them out. He already know. Say, how long shall I be with you and suffer you? Bring thy son hither. Go ahead. Wow. See, when he knew that he was getting ready to be cast out, he threw the man down, threw his son down, and tear him. Tell him what kind of way he was tearing him. You know what I mean? Mashiach shall rebuke the unclean spirit and heal the child and deliver him again to his father. Verse 43.
And they were all amazed at the mighty power of the Most High. So while they wondered everyone at all things which the Most High did, he said unto his disciples.
So while they was wondering about the things that he done, they seen the mighty power of the Most High. This is what he said to the disciples, read. He told them, said, let these things sink down to your ears because they getting ready to come and get me. Read.
Understanding, but they understood not this thing, and it was hid from them, that they perceived his coming, and they feared to ask him of that thing.
Right. Why would they fear to ask him of the same? They didn't understand it. They didn't know what he was talking about. Because it was hid, it went over their head. That's what it said. It was hid from them, and it went over their head. They couldn't understand what was going on. But he told them he's going to be delivered into the hands of men. They was getting ready to come and try and kill him. Put him to death. But they feared to ask him of that same. Why? Because what he said in verse 41. Read 41 again, the first part. 41. And Mashiach answering said, O faithless and perverse generation. He called them faithless and perverse generation. That's why they feared to ask him what he meant. He probably would have cut him again. But then, you know, our people, they don't really they don't take heed to corrective criticism to make you right. But read Titus 1 and 13. This is what he was doing. That's what he was doing. Say, this witness is true. He said, rebuke them sharply that they may be sound in the faith. Why? Because what he tell them? Oh, faithless and perverse generation, he called the apostles. So how long I'm gonna be with you, man? I said, rebuke them sharply that they may be sound in the faith. Are there any questions? I want to announce too that this Sunday is going to be the new moon. Sunday evening going to be the new moon, and also the Feast of Lights is going to be on the 27th this year until the 5th, I believe. Once again, the new moon is this Sunday. The Feast of New Moon is this Sunday, and we'll have the Feast of Lights starting on the 27th of November.
Don't get the moon clock back. Sunday.
What time?
Like, midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Get Matthew 7 and 21, because we all gonna meet the judgment seat of Mashiach Yahushua. Let's see what he's saying here concerning that. Read that.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 21. Not everyone that says unto me, Mashiach, Mashiach, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. But he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven.
That's right. Not everyone that said unto him, Mashiach Yahushua, Mashiach, Mashiach, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. But he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. What's the will of the Most High?
Wow.
Keep his commandments and have faith in the Mashiach Yahushua. Because since we Mashiach him, read.
But he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven, then he will say to me in that day, Mashiach, I read not prophesied on Hashem Yahushua, and if Hashem Yahushua cast out devils, and if Hashem Yahushua does many speak one for word.
So now, this is real key here, because many people are going to be doing miracles, casting out demons, prophesying by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, casting out devils by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, and doing many wonderful works by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. But all the things that you need to do, and the mysteries and the things that he's giving you to do as the formula, formulating everything as a nation, as the congregation coming together, assembling themselves together, they don't really deal with. Some people don't even pray. They don't even pray. There's more than just reading the scriptures and going through the precepts. How you gonna cast out these demons? They tell you fasting and prayer. It only come out through fasting and prayer. But you don't pray. So how you gonna cast out these spirits? How you really casting out spirits? Like the apostles, they couldn't cast them out. Why? Because they had no faith. The old faithless and perverse generation. That's what he called them. Many gonna say, because he said everybody gonna meet the judgment seat of Mashiach Yahushua. They're gonna be saying these things before him. Verse 23, that's what he gonna say.
And then when I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
Right. He said, I never knew you. You're going to claim it right in their face, man. I never knew you. Remember, we all meet the judgment seat of Mashiach Yahushua. You're going to say, I never knew you. I didn't know you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Because either it's going to be righteous or it's going to be what? Wicked. What do you say? Good or what? Bad. Ain't no in between. Either your works are good or you're going to look at your works as being bad, good for nothing. You can care less about whatever you're doing. That's why I say this, the righteous scarcely gonna make it. This ain't something that we could just say I mean, otherwise you might as well go back to church. They say everybody going to heaven, right?
Yep.
Everybody die, man. They say, oh, we got a homecoming. They done went to heaven somewhere.
Right.
Right? That's what they'll say if you don't stop them. That's what they gonna say. Huh? That's what they say. They don't know how we know where somebody went. We on this earth, I mean, we still mortal bodies on this earth. How you know where they spirit done went? By the time you had a funeral, they been dead. Where their funeral went? Where their body go? In the ground. Turn it back to what? Dirt. So I'll tell you about them worms that the Most High have a special worm. That's what the doctor was saying. It was a special worm that the Most High created to make sure that it eats the bodies up. So them same worms and them weeds, oh man. Some dead people, he makes sure. That's a special worm that the Most High made, you know? That's a different, I mean, you gotta look at that. They said they will just dig it into their skull and go into their brain. Ugh. Most High is powerful, boy. Get 1 Corinthians, 15th chapter. I'm going with this. And get verse 24.
1 Corinthians, what?
15 and 24.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 24.
Let me, go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 24. This cometh the end. We shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father. When he shall have put down all rule and authority and power.
That's right, man. Then cometh the end. The end. 2nd Ezra 6. Then cometh the end, right? 2nd Ezra 6 and 9.
2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
So then cometh the end. Say Esau is the end of the world. So Esau's world is going to be the end of the world that we're in now, because this is his world. Then comes the end. The end of whose world? Read it.
And Jacob is the beginning of any that is following.
It said, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob, our forefather, the forefather of the 12 tribes, is the beginning of it that followeth. So go back to 1 Corinthians 15 to 24.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 24. This cometh the end, when he shall have delivered of the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father. When he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power.
Right. This was has to happen. In the end, he's coming to put down all rule and all authority and power. That's the kingdom. That's salvation. Power, rulership, and authority. Power, rulership, and authority. That's the salvation that Esau's in now. He's coming to take down the power, the rulership, and authority that they have. It said Esau's the end of the world. Then comes the end of his kingdom, which is the last kingdom of any heathen nation to rule. He set him up. Proverbs 16 and 4. Hold that. Proverbs 16 and 4.
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 4. And wholesome tongue.
Proverbs 16:4. The Most High have made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. So he made everything for himself, and he made the wicked for the day of evil. Job 9:24.
What's that?
Job 9:24.
Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Right. So he just told you, Most High made the wicked for the day of evil. It said the earth been given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? The Mashiach Yahushua is the judge. He told the 12 apostles will sit on 12 thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And we as the children of Israel are going to be judging the people and the angels. Are you ready for that? It tells us that in 1 Corinthians 6 chapter 1, the first verse down. So they have did all these things. That's why the end is coming. The end of their kingdom. When Mashiach is coming to shut down all rulership, authority, and power of their kingdom. Go back to 1 Corinthians 15. Read verse 24 again.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 24. This comes the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father. When he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power.
Right. You're going to take them out of power, rule, and authority, which is salvation. Read.
For he must reign till he has put all enemies under his feet.
That's right. That's why David said in Psalms 110:1, say, the Most High said unto my power, Mashiach Yahushua, sit thee on my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. So he put all the enemies of Mashiach Yahushua under his feet. Read.
The last enemy that will be destroyed is death.
See, the last enemy to be destroyed is death. You're going to get rid of death. Read.
For he has put all things under his feet. But when he said all things are put under him, it is manifest that he is accepted, which did put all things under him.
So you understand this? Because it's working up to something. It says, for he hath put all things under his feet, put all kingdoms down. All these heathen nations are going to be brought down. All these kingdoms are going to be brought down. Most High going to put them under his feet. But when he said all things are put under him, it is manifest that he is accepted, which did put all things under him, who is the Most High. That was, and you shall know that I am the Most High. He said it all the time. But what he do, or what he has done, they knew that it was the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Just like Esau gonna know that it was the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that took them out of power. And all other nations on this earth that have their lands and have their kingdoms. He gonna take down all their kingdoms because the earth is gonna be ruled in righteousness. All the wickedness that they're doing, all the gods that are nations are idols, it's gonna be done away with. Verse 28.
And when all things shall be subdued unto him, then shall establish also himself be subject unto him that put all things under him. So find that he all and all.
That's right, man. And when all things shall be subdued unto a Mashiach Yahushua, then shall the Son also himself be subject unto him that put all things under him, that the Most High can be all in all. But see, that's why I say we can't get too caught up in we got next or we got the kingdom as Israelites, because this is all about the Most High being all in all. That's why we got to give him all the power for everything. No matter what happens, it's all to the Most High. The glory of the Most High. Because he got to be all in all. Everybody else, I mean, we just got to fit in what we fit in with the Most High. You know, remember John said he could raise up some stones to be his people. So it's all about us being satisfactory in the eyes of the Most High. Because he the one that's, when you look at it, did it say anything about, it said when after the Most High put all these nations under the Mashiach Yahushua, then the Mashiach Yahushua going to be subject to him, and the Most High going to be all in all. Point blank. Just like it was from the beginning. Don't get it twisted. Don't get too overwhelmed with we Israel. When the Most High said, I'm going to be all in all. You see what he did? I'll tell you, you see what he did to Moses. Moses gave him the credit. So, hey man, you go over there and come on up here. We don't want to be caught up in that. Don't think that the Most High can't do that. He can take any of us and say, hey, let me show you what the kingdom going to look like. But you're not going there. Just like he did Moses. And that was his, I mean, he said he deal with Moses face to face, right? Face to face, mouth to mouth, whoop, going back and forth. I mean, through the Spirit, you know what I mean? We understand that nobody ever seen the Most High. We just talking about this is the Most High speaking to Moses through the angel or the Spirit. Where he told him, hey man, look over there. See all that you see? That's where all the tribes gonna be. They're gonna be Judah gonna be over there, Reuben gonna be over there, you know, Ephraim gonna be over there. Showed him all of that, all the 12 tribes land. He said, but you go over there and die. Because you didn't give me the credit when the water came out of the rock. I told you to speak to it. You hit the rock, Israel get on your nerve. That's why you can't let Israel get on your nerve that you lose your salvation. Israel will have you go to hell. That's why you be saying you can go to hell any way you want to, but don't take me with you. You guys, like I say, you gotta rebuke them shops. They may be sound in the faith, man, but don't let nobody take you off your path. Fight the good fight to the end. And hopefully we'll be there together. Most High will. By Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. So any questions? Let's end it right there.